Stacey, it's your turn.
Yes, I am Stacey Vare, and I come from a military family. Since my dad graduated from West Point in 1915 and was a classmate of General Eisenhower and General Bradley, plus a number of other generals in the United States Army. But unfortunately, you have an examination every year, and in 1934, when Dad took his examination, they told him that he should retire because he had a bad heart. But Dad didn't want to give up, and he said, "Send me to the United States to be examined by the doctors over there." So we, the whole family, went to the United States, and I was really happy because I was watching all these nice Hollywood movies about going to school in the United States, and I said, by God, I want to do that too. And so we arrived in San Francisco, and Dad was examined at Letterman, and they gave him the same bad news that he should retire. So he did retire. Well, anyway, when we came back to the Philippines, I was sent to the Ateneo de Manila, but because I spoke English the way I'm speaking it today, I was called the Americanong Hilao, which meant the raw American. But you can bet your life that all the guys would come to me and ask me about the slang expressions that were popular in the United States and in the schools that I'd gone to. Well, that's the beginning. In February 3rd, 1945, the flying column of the 1st Cavalry Division and the 37th Infantry Division arrived at the gates of Manila. And that's a day that I'll never forget, because one part of Manila, the older part, was liberated without being burned and a lot of people being killed, while our part of Manila, which is, because Manila is divided by the Pasig River, Malati, Ermita, and we lived in Malati, we heard right away shells coming over to hit the Japanese positions on the boulevard, because they had the anti-aircraft guns over there, and so they lowered their guns to reply to the American fire. And but that was the day too that rumors were rife, and the rumor for that day was that our block was going to be burned in Malati. So my dad told my older brother and myself and the household help to dig an air raid shelter in the Remedios Rotunda. If those of you who know Manila probably know that we had a rotunda there, and people were furiously digging air raid shelters, because if our house was going to be burned, we had to have a place to stay. So we did build an air raid shelter and found the gratings that we put over the windows in Manila, iron gratings. We found a few of those and laid them on top, because all you could do was sit and then fill sandbags and put them on top, supported by the iron gratings. And then my father, being a very optimistic person, told my older brother Carlos, who had served on Bataan and survived the death march, and every time I think about that, I think about the time that probably I had lost my elder brother, because he was called up in August of 1941. We were both in the Ateneo, and he was in the fourth year of ROTC, and I was in the first year. And since he would have graduated as a third lieutenant in the Philippine Army when he graduated, he was called up early and was training in San Fabian in Pangasinan with the Philippine Army, which was at that time under General MacArthur.